Hi there, I'm Chrissy Connor, and today I'm giving you my story, starting off with the past and going forward to the present and the future. And the purpose of my story today is to inspire others, and so they know there is hope for the future from our past and our present. So I was born in 82. Not long after I was born, my parents got married. They were married for probably a couple years, and I remember some of the good times where they took us to the carnival. We went to baseball games, and I remember those good times. Then my parents divorced after a couple years. Um, I was really little, and I remember some experiences about being abused. And throughout the years for my parents being divorced, my mom was in relationships with different men. And throughout those years, I still remember the times of abuse up until about 9, 10 years old. We made a lot of moves, and I was turning 11 and 12 years old. And that's when I started experiencing behaviors in school and whatnot. And I think that's when me ending up in placement started. So at 12 years old, the behaviors I was having in school ended up getting me locked up into juvie. Um, my mom ended up switching schools on me because she was getting sick and tired of being called from the school. It didn't end up making things any better. The school she switched me to, I ended up making a friend that gave me speed. I've never done drugs or anything in my life until then. I was only 13, 14, maybe. I ended up going into a foster home where chemical dependency was just starting. Well, I wasn't dependent, but this was experiencing. And I experienced with a little bit of meth at 15. And things started spiraling more out of control. Um, so, I ended up more in other lockups and hospitals and group homes, all the way up until my young adult age. And even in one of the last places when I was 20 before my mom died, it was at the board and lodging facility. I got even heavier into smoking different kinds of drugs and so forth. And even after she died, I was still in and out of placements, and then eventually lived with my dad. Drugs got heavier. Life wasn't easy. Eventually, back up until about 4 years ago, my last group home was RSI, and even up until then I still struggled, but it just brings me here till today. I do want to bring up a time, one of the times that I believe was a rock bottom for me when I was living with my dad. And I remember the specific date was the 4th of July in 2009. I felt like I was kind of being pushed aside, ignored, abandoned in some sort of way, because I felt like the 4th of July is special to me, and to be with people I love and care about, not just because it was the Independence Day. Nobody wanted to do anything with me or spend time with me, so I smoked drugs and took pills and drank some alcohol, and I was depressed. And I think I was so far down that I figured I'd just call the paramedics and tell them I needed help, and they got me help. But I didn't realize it was going to be the kind of help where the state would commit me. So I felt like that was a rock bottom. But then I don't know for sure sometimes either, because there's other times I felt like there's rock bottom. So, I guess there's sometimes where you just bounce back and then you go back down again. But I just thought I'd point that out too, because it's a very strong thing in a story that I want people to know, you can bounce back. So I just want to let everyone know that we all have a past of difficulties and struggles, and I have. I mean, and I didn't have the worst struggle that a lot of people have in this world. I'm not just going to sit and compare my life to everybody else's, but I just want you to know, everyone to know, that you're capable. You have a future. It's your choice if you're going to want to do something about it or if you don't want to. But in the end, it's all in our hands. And it's up to you if you want to do something about it.